Hello. I have to
Can
unmute.
you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear. Do you wanna be without camera or
Okay, there's a slight delay on my end, but
a,
I'll try
s-
to work with it.
a slight delay? What do you mean? In the voice chat or
Yeah, by a few seconds.
a few seconds in the Discord voice chat?
Um, Hold on. Let me
Just
see
just
here.
just mute the stream if you have it on and just listen to the uh, voice chat,
Okay.
and then
Um,
there should be no delay. Hold on.
Testing.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it is what it is.
There's
So I
still a
wanted to
I've
talk
never
about
had
this
I've never
because,
hold on.
sorry?
I've never had a delay on a voice chat on the Discord ever.
Oh, it must be something I'm doing. I'm not very technologically literate
Are you
sometimes.
you're not listening to me through the stream, are you?
I am. I'm on my phone. I was trying to listen through my phone, but it's quiet, so I don't know if I have a weird setting going
No,
on
I
or
mean you are you hearing me through Discord or through the stream that I'm doing? Is what I mean.
I don't know
Hmm?
what I did.
Are you listening to me through the call that we're in or through the stream?
No, I can't hear through the call.
Oh, you have to listen to me through the call. If you're listening to me through the stream, then you will have a delay, yes.
Okay. All right. Say something.
I am saying something.
I hear you. Okay.
All right. So then you
I
can
think
mute the
I
stream.
think that solves it then.
All right. So you can mute the stream and just listen to me for the conversation.
Okay. So I wanted to talk about teaching because I think the state of things is really problematic,
All right. So
honestly.
let's maybe start from a little bit of an introduction thing.
Right, that makes sense. I'm Brianna, also known as Graderain.
What?
Personally, I
Not
do
Brianna Wu,
student
right?
archiving.
You're not Brianna Wu, right?
Sorry.
You're not Brianna Wu, right?
Oh no, no, just Brianna.
All right.
Um, Yeah, so I do student archiving personally, which is like I get all the confidential documents from student files
Mm-hmm.
at each school in the county, and I digitize them, which is like test data, health records, all
Mm-hmm.
that sort of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
My mom, however, she's an ESC teacher.
Mm-hmm.
She teaches special education. Well, it stands for exceptional student education, rather.
Mm-hmm.
That would be students that like, for example, if they have problems with math specifically, or eyesight, auditory issues, they get special help so that they can, succeed.
Hmm.
So do you have any questions so far?
Yes. What sort of a person sort of qualifies exactly as a special needs student?
um that can be a lot of kids, honestly. Like, for example, it starts with you get a 504 plan, which is more superficial help. Like, for example, I had a 504 plan because I struggle with anxiety. So when I was in high school, my what they did to help me was I just got more time for tests, and I did presentations one on one with a teacher.
So you had more time
Like,
for
instead of
tests. Isn't it something like, okay, let me ask you this then. Sorry to interrupt. If someone has ADHD, do they qualify then as a student with special needs? Because I know that students that have ADHD
Yeah, I
also
would
get
say they do.
special time on
If
tests.
it's impeding their ability to succeed, then yeah, they would need help, I would say.
All right.
So I would say that they qualify. The issue lies also in whether there's enough teachers to help them, though, which is some that I'll be talking about.
You're speaking specifically of your state of Florida, right?
Yes. Um, I don't know how education fares across the nation,
Mm-hmm.
but it's pretty dire in Florida, especially my county, which is Polk County. Uh,
All right. Sort of,
Frankly, I don't know how it functions sometimes.
I guess, sort of bring us in. Oh, wait. What are your pronouns?
Oh, they, them?
All right. I'm gonna add it to the descriptor. They, them. All right. Whew. Okay, so sort of introduce us to the situation of the educational system in Florida.
Um, well, there's a dire lack of respect for education generally in the state. I feel like most regular people kind of see educators in a suspicious light.
Mm-hmm.
Like, whether they're trying to push religion in their eyes or political views, that sort of suspicion, or just they don't think that education is very important generally. Like, a lot of parents themselves haven't graduated, they're uneducated. So,
So they've not. What do you mean when you say they've not graduated? They've not graduated primary school, high school, or
high school.
okay.
Although I think that there are a fair amount of people, parents who, like, are middle school dropouts too even.
Hmm. What are the reasons? What are the primary reasons why people drop out of high school or primary school in Florida? Do you think?
Um,
What are
it
your
can be complicated. Some people, it might be that their home life isn't very good, so they need to help out financially in some way, so they can't, like, prioritize schooling. Um, a lot of kids just don't, like, see the point. Um, yeah, they get fed up with school and then
as
they just
in?
leave.
Let me clarify. When you say they don't see the point, do you mean that they feel that even if they graduate, it won't lead to any sort of opportunities on the, you know, getting work or?
I feel like it's honestly a lack of forward thinking a
Mhm.
lot of the times. Like they just don't want to deal with it in the moment, which sounds really superficial
I mean,
of a reason, but that's kind of a lot of the vibe I get from people who don't value education is that they just genuinely don't see the value in being learned.
I think that people are not necessarily wired to appreciate education. I think that is something that has to be instilled in some way or the other, you know? This sort of
Right, and,
appreciation of learning.
if your family doesn't, value it, then the kids won't value it, and so on.
In a lot of cases.
Yeah, it's an issue. So, any other questions at the moment?
Let me think. So what happens to those? I'm not sure if you'll have all the answers, but I'll try to sort of. Well, what happens to those kids that drop out usually? What is their trajectory in life from dropping out of middle school or high school?
Um, I would say some of those people end up looking for a GED, which is like a high school diploma equivalent. I'm not really sure if it makes it any harder or easier
So
if you're
they
looking for a job.
do end
Like
up
I don't
pursuing some sort of education then.
right. Yeah, some people do get a GED and other people manage to somehow get hired in some low paying job with no diplomas whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
So McDonald's or maybe some of them will pursue like a trade type thing like welding or construction-y type stuff.
Hmm.
Um do you want me to move on?
No, I'm just thinking. I was just. I had something in on my mind, but I sort of I blanked. I blanked out for a second there. Was I thinking? I just remember something from the past. When there was this, I had a friend. I used to sort of work with them in a calligraphy school. He was the director
Oh
of a
wow.
Japanese calligraphy school.
That's
And
really cool.
once there was a man that visited the school. He was like, I think he was approaching 40, and he was preparing for an exam, in order to graduate high school, as he couldn't do it
Hmm.
earlier for some reasons that I did not know, but he decided to do it near 40 or something. And it made me think that it's sort of never too late to pick up on those things or to sort of pursue these things, you know?
Right. I
If you
really
want
wish
to.
a lot of people had more hope in that regard. Many people just think they're too old or something, but I feel like you're never too old to keep learning.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's. I thought it was very positive that this person decided to um, continue his education later in life, even if they couldn't do it before. So
I've also wished to sorry.
yeah, yeah, go on.
I've wished to that it was easier to pursue higher education without the barrier of
Money,
the money aspect. Sorry?
the money, yeah, yeah, because in US
Yes.
it's a pretty big issue.
Right. I wish it was if you are interested in this subject or that subject, you could just go and learn about it and not have any strings attached. I think it'd be nice, but maybe that's kind of utopian.
Well, not necessarily. Free higher education does exist in quite many countries in the world.
Hmm.
Of course, there are certain barriers. You have to pass exams. You have to sort of have certain
Right.
achievements in high school, but it's still a better option than ending up with student debt.
Yeah, it's a pretty massive undertaking, that debt. Speaking of education, the first part I have outlined here is what kind of education to become an exceptional student education teacher, an ESC teacher.
Mm-hmm.
You only need a bachelor's degree, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
You can get a bachelor's in something outside of education specifically, but if you do, you'll need to pass um, like a test specifically for educating so that like they know that you're qualified enough.
Mm-hmm.
Um, let's see here. So, from the perspective of my mom, because she's the ESC teacher in the family, she has a qualification for kindergarten through six, K through 12 ESC, and she has 300 extra hours of classing, like outside of her degree. So, just like the school district will require teachers to take this class or that class, professional development type stuff.
Mm-hmm.
300 hours.
Damn.
and I don't let me see if it's even paid here. I don't think that, many of those extra classes that they make people take are paid.
Hmm.
I know that for a while there, Ron DeSantis was doing some kind of
Oh,
a
DeSantis.
history yes, a history course that, I think it was like $1,000 incentive for people to take it. I'm very suspicious of it. I didn't take it,
I wonder
but
what sort of history
yeah,
is
I worry
being.
what kind of a version of America it paints.
Hmm,
So,
interesting.
yeah. For a master's, it can cost, an additional $20,000.
Um, and your mom, I assume, went through all these?
Yes, all of that. She has a master's degree and, took all the extra classes and things.
Is she able to pay off the
She she even took that, Ron DeSantis, history
history?
course.
Oh, did you talk to her about it?
I tried, but she said that she didn't notice anything particularly amiss about it. I wish I could have looked at it
Mm, those things
because
can
I
be
don't trust it.
those things can be pretty insidious. Something can be
Yeah.
pretty uh feel pretty benign, but so for example, in a really benign way, imply that slavery was not such a big deal, for example.
Right. And Florida definitely has a record of doing that. Like, even when I was in school, just in retrospect, some of the things were pretty suspicious.
Okay.
Any questions?
Yes. Do you plan on getting those extra courses and pursuing a master's degree?
Me personally, I
Mhm.
probably wouldn't. Um, I'm not really sure what I want to do professionally beyond like what I'm doing now, which is just archiving student files.
Mhm.
She never wants to go beyond masters for her. She wouldn't want to get a doctorate.
Hmm. Degrees and educational sort of uh, achievement and academic achievement sort of works differently in Poland than it does in the US. The titles are different. For example,
Okay.
in Poland, professor is the highest thing that you can achieve in academia. The regular professor,
So
Belvederian
what is
professor.
the tiers of degrees or whatever in Poland?
Gosh, you have I guess you have the equivalent of bachelor's and master's. Then you do your doctorate. Then you
Hmm.
move on from being a doctor to being an ordinary professor. That's a TLDR of the whole process. And then you become finally a regular professor. And there's such a thing in
A
Poland.
regular professor.
Yeah,
Just an ordinary
yeah,
regular
it
professor.
actually says in the title ordinary professor.
It
and
almost sounds insulting.
and that's like it does, but it sort of is like the highest thing that you can get.
Yeah.
There's such a thing in Poland that a particular university can give a teacher a status of a professor, but that professor can only be a professor at that particular school, right?
Okay.
But the ordinary professor, the Belvederian professor, as they call the title, can basically go to any school, not just in the country, but basically in the world, and still have the title of professor, still have that accreditation.
Okay, so if a regular professor went to the US, like people in the US would have to call them a regular professor?
I guess they'd call him the equivalent, but like for example,
Yeah.
my grandfather was a regular professor of law, and he, for example, would go to Japan to give lectures at the Tokyo University, and he wouldn't even give the lectures to students. He would give the lectures to other lecturers.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. That's cool.
So that's like basically how that works.
And you said he did law?
Yes, professors need a PhD. Okay, I'm gonna. Professors need a lot more than PhD. You have to go through the doctorate, etc. I have to professor. Um, because you have to habilitate yourself as a doctor before you can become a professor. you know.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, where is the? Where's the? Uh,
Hello,
maybe
Alec.
there's be like Poland in the English. No, I have to translate the Polish wiki. Apologies. Hello, Dr. Johns. Oh, I remember when I was in high school, all the school guidance counselors wouldn't shut up. There was no such thing, by the way, when I went to high school. In Poland, that's not really a big thing, guidance counseling. you just you're expected to learn, and you're expected to just make your own choice what you want to do from there on. There is no guidance counseling. Um, about college and couldn't understand why I decided not to go, mainly because my family always told me you ain't going to college unless your dumb ass joins the military. Do you know how messed up your credit history has to be rejected for a student loan? Damn. So, the title of professor is given to people with who have this title of doctor, habilitated
Mm-hmm.
doctor, that have like extraordinary achievements in science or arts, or in academia or arts. And
Mm-hmm.
in Poland, it is granted by the president of Poland.
Oh,
Uh,
wow.
that you do a whole application to the to this group, that like this council of academia excellence, and then you have 5 reviewers that sort of review your application, and this title is given for life.
That's cool.
And because this is given by the president, and the ceremony is sometimes happen in Belvedere, which is a palace in Warsaw. Sometimes those professors are called Belvederian professors, or presidential professors. Um,
Belvedere. Belvedere?
yes.
Okay.
So
Nice.
yes, Belvederian professor, presidential professor. So my grandfather was a presidential professor.
Do you do you know if they get kind of a pre-printed out like congrats from the president, or does the president like actually sit down and like write a letter?
I have actually no clue,
Hmm.
but I know that. Uh, I know that. Till 2018, ordinary professors were. Oh no, I'm not gonna go into that now. The ordinaries and the not ordinaries, but yes, that's a whole thing. My grandfather was pretty proud of his title.
Your family sounds like they value education quite a bit. Like
Yeah,
you have a history of education.
yeah. So I'm like the black sheep because I didn't finish university. So I'm like
What do
the
you
black.
mean? Look at your bookshelf.
Yeah, that's well. I
I
inherited it
mean,
from
even
my.
if you don't have a degree,
I
I would say
inherited
that
this
you're
from my
pretty
father. So.
okay. I don't know. I feel like you're pretty informed, definitely compared to the standard person where I live. You're pretty informed.
Oh well, I'm the black sheep of the family actually. When it comes to being informed, when it comes to being educated, especially, I didn't. As I said, I never finished university, so that's like that's a no go. Like I think everybody, like not only people in my family finished universities, they gloated about being like number ones
Oh my
when
gosh.
it comes to you exams to enter the universities and having top grades. Jesus, I have, I guess I'm from a family of lawyers and artists. Like I like
Yeah.
the
So,
grandfather. Yeah.
if you were to pursue a degree, what do you think you would study?
Damn, I should have picked history, but I didn't for some reason. I should have just went
You
in.
think? I feel like you could do good in like linguistics.
I tried, but I sort of for reason I tried. I almost failed high school
Oh wow.
because our cat gave birth
Mhm.
and the cat got sick and stopped taking care of the little kittens, just ignored them, and we had to take care of them ourselves. That was in a critical period in high school. And I had to be awake 24/7 feeding the little kittens every 2 hours because that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to feed them every 2 hours and rub their bellies and keep
Right.
them warm, or else they'll just die.
Well, that's a worthy reason to not go to class, I would say.
Yeah, but most of them died anyway.
Oh,
Only one survived
that's sad.
out of the whole litter. Yeah.
Did you keep the survivor?
Yes, was my favorite cat. She used to, when she started walking and seeing, she started climbing on me and licking my face, and she developed a habit, so she would lick my face all the way till she died.
Is it the cat that you would have the picture of on the
No, no,
screen
that
by
was a
chance?
different. That was
No,
a
no, it was
different
a
cat.
different cat.
Because
Oh, well, it sounds like a nice cat.
one of our cats gave birth again, and that cat on the picture is from the other litter.
Oh, okay. You have a whole lot of families of cats.
Yes, I used to have 10 cats.
Oh my goodness, Lucy.
Yeah.
I've always wanted a cat, but my family, they've always been dog people.
Yeah, but they all died. All of the cats died.
Just from old age.
No, some of them died fairly young, 5 years, 6 years
Oh,
old,
dang.
because they all got this liver disease,
Oh, that
very
sucks.
specific for Persian cats.
Hmm.
They were Persian.
Yeah, it's sad when purebred uh breeds
Yeah,
suffer from those sort of
like the
things.
cat. See the cat on the picture. Also, you can see she's Persian.
Okay.
And they weren't
Did
actually all that pure breed because their faces were not as flat as the most pure breed.
mhm.
I'm not. Maybe I have somewhere the kitty thing. I have somewhere. I cannot find. Oh well, it happens. You remember how she looked like, right? She was often on
I
screen.
do, yeah. She was a cute cat.
Yeah, it was really sad when she died. It was a pretty tragic story as well.
And she specifically, she had the liver thing or
No,
she
she had
just
something
got old?
worse. She was
Oh.
pretty old, but then she started sort of coughing blood,
Oh, wow.
and then we took her to the vet. The vet said that things are pretty dire, so we started getting her every single day. She started getting thinner, so we started getting her to the vet every single day. She would stay there whole day getting antibiotics and drip nutrients in liquid form.
Like in an IV?
Yeah, and the blood work was pretty bad. They said that it's a pretty tough case. And then after a few days, she started fighting back against the vets and getting rowdy. Um, oh, Kamala Harris. What's it gonna be about? Kamala Harris thing. Should we watch it? But anyway, the doctors told us that, oh, This is a very good sign. This is clearly a good sign. She's clearly getting better. We can physically see she's getting better. She's getting rowdy, so it must mean that she's getting better. We we're gonna make we're gonna get a blood test, but we're thinking it's gonna be fine because we can see that she's clearly getting better, you know. And we took her
Yeah.
home, and the same night she sort of started convulsing. She couldn't stand up.
Mm.
She tried to, I think she tried to hide away, but she just couldn't stand up. She pissed herself. um, she started sort of going into a seizure, and when I held her head she sort of calmed down. The seizure stopped, and then she just died.
Yeah, it's hard when a pet passes. I've definitely had a few.
Yeah,
Our
and
Jack Russell, Sam, he got old. He lived a long life, and it was time. But it's hard to see them deteriorate.
yeah. And then the next day the doctor, sort of the veterinarian, called and said, well, you know, the thing that we said about the blood work, it seems that we were wrong. The blood work came out horrible, and the only thing we can think of is that the only reason why the cat was getting rowdy and so energetic was because she had such a great will to live.
Yeah. Well, I've heard that before an animal or a person passes, they can get kind of like a burst of energy.
Mm-hmm.
So if that's true, maybe
Maybe.
that's what it was. I don't
And
know.
then the veterinarian told us infuriating things that really angered me and made me remember that veterinarian that said, oh, the cat died at home. That's great because you didn't have to make the tough choice of putting her down. Huh?
Oh man. So just they were saying a bunch of insensitive things.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder maybe they get kind of desensitized from putting down a lot of animals or
Maybe,
something.
but then maybe you shouldn't be in this
Right.
line of work.
Right. Yeah. Well, at least she sounds like she lived a good life though.
I hope so.
Yeah.
And then after, and then sometime later, my father died. So, you know.
Yeah.
And then January 6th happened.
Oh gosh.
Because my father died at the end of 2020, near the end of
Yeah.
2020, and then January 6th sort of, while we were still sort of processing the entire death thing.
Right.
It was
Yeah, that's a
wild. It
lot
was
all at
wild watching
once.
January 6th on television. It was honestly wild.
I mean, it's kind of been a blur since Trump got elected. I remember I was in high school and some of my peers were like super hoorah pro Trump. And I didn't understand. And then he got elected and it felt like a joke, but it wasn't.
Oh,
I don't know. And every day in this country has just felt like a joke since.
yeah. Also, Decimaru. Join the page and link us the Kamala Harris. Apparently, Kamala Harris is going live in 7 minutes, less than 7 minutes now. Do you know
Okay, do
anything
you want to
about it?
watch that or?
I mean, we could, but do you know anything about it? Do you know what it's going to be about? You're an American. You're
Oh,
tuned in.
no, I
You're
have
tuned
no
into
idea
the
personally.
system. You're part of the, you know, you're the electorate. You're
Yeah.
gonna vote Kamala Harris, right? You're gonna vote.
Yes. Yeah,
You're
I'm
gonna
not voting for
you're gonna go
Trump.
vote. You're gonna go vote. So
I
have
would
you?
prefer not to see democracy die.
True. Or even be damaged. Not even if it doesn't die. If it gets compromised, that's already bad enough in itself, isn't it?
It is, yes.
Like I can already see conservatives being like, see, democracy didn't completely die. Well, sure, but it got pretty compromised.
Yeah.
Let's see.
So, I forgot where we were talking about degrees, I think.
Yeah, we were talking about
Are
degrees.
we continuing that or are we watching the Kamala thing?
Let me snipe Prison Sunday for
I
a
don't
moment.
mind either way.
You
Right,
snipe-
there are
I saw,
people
like,
very
one.
close to they're like the fruit market and in the over the
Oh.
counter.
Okay.
There are people really, really close to these guys when these pages go off, and they're
Hold on,
fine.
Prison
They just
Sunday's
stand
stuck
back
into
and
a
they're like,
loner
"Whoa, what the
box
fuck
now.
happened there?" They're just like scratching their
Jesus.
heads, like
More
explosion
drama?
just went off, like,
More drama.
like
Well,
3
sounds
feet
like
away.
Oh,
sounds
goodness.
like they got lucky. Like I
It-
wouldn't
yes,
I wouldn't
maybe.
go on. But
If they-
hang on, no, but slow down. So are you
Slow
suggesting
down,
then
Loner
that
Box.
the 2,000 people weren't injured? What's the relevance
No.
of them not being injured if they're close by on the camera?
I'm suggesting
I
the
don't
people
think
who
I've
are-
ever
the
watched
2,000
Loner
people seem to
Box.
most likely be
Wow.
Hezbollah.
Have you ever?
Maybe I've seen him in a panel that you've
On what
gone
cause?
You can
over.
see
I'm not
people who are
sure.
next to the because you can see.
I'm
videos
not
of
really
people who are
familiar
next to the
with Loner
explosions,
Box.
and
Have you ever
they are not
watched,
hurt. They don't
But
look
we
bad.
have we are
Chad
aware
Logic?
of children, for example, who have been killed by the
Nope.
explosives.
Have
They
you
were
have you
not, to
heard
my
of Chad
knowledge,
Logic?
established to be holding on to these
I've
pages
heard
and
of him.
radios.
Okay.
They
Have
were
you
killed
ever
by signal.
watched?
The girl who was killed was holding the pager because her dad.
What
was
other
at Hezbollah
streamers do I
military.
actually
Well, I
know?
think it was in his-
Vosh.
Has this been established? This has been
Wick?
confirmed?
I don't know.
Wick. Have you watched Wick?
Okay.
I've
But
not
just to be
watched
clear,
Wick.
though, you're in a bit of a
Have you
pickle
ever
here because
watched
if what you're saying
Destiny?
is what we're running with, that
Mm,
indeed people could be standing right next
does
to
it
people in
count
circle just
if
doing
it's
things just because the
watching
majority were killed.
Destiny
The
through
matter is that
Vosh?
It
the
counts.
vast
Yeah.
majority of these 2,000 people
Then I
injured
guess
have
very
been
vaguely I've watched
holding
Destiny.
Okay.
radios
Riley
and
Grace
pagers, and they were
Rochon.
only injured.
Yeah, they're, have you seen the
Um,
hospital footage where
I've
people
only
with their
seen
hands, like,
the
they're missing fingers, but they're
debate
not bad.
regarding Doe.
Yeah, so yeah.
So I have
yeah, so
seen.
so
Okay,
yeah,
Dylan Burns.
That's why they're small explosions. Or they got like
I think I've
like
seen
flashes.
him in a guest
Yeah.
capacity. Well, I saw him.
Again, I don't know. I'm just saying
What's
that
what's his name?
if it were the case that
Thermal.
they knew how big the explosions would
He.
be because they
It's that
designed
one
them,
guy. He
because
like
they're very small.
screeches his mic
They
Hello.
all the
knew
time.
that
Hello,
these
Philippe
explosions would
August.
be
Oh,
so small
Haz.
that they
Infrared
would
Haz.
the
Hello,
person
Philippe
who
August.
they
Yes.
were unlikely
Yes,
to hurt
I
people
saw
next to
him
them,
debate
even if they were
Haas
fairly
on something a
close.
long time
Then
ago.
I would say that's a reasonable
Yeah, that
So
was
what you're
funny.
saying is that these 2,000 injuries were caused by 2,000
Yeah,
people.
DBZ is not streaming
Well,
today,
didn't they say
Philippe
that's how many
August.
pages were detonated?
So
Not that we know,
you
it's like
decided to
2,000
come to
pages
me
detonated,
because
isn't
of
it?
that, yes?
I actually don't know. Let's see. How many?
You
What's
can
the
save
I
them.
can't think of any
percentage?
other
We have
streamers.
You
The
can
Lebanese
save
security
DBZ.
official said that 5,000 pages were brought into the country.
Am
The
I a
number that was
human?
detonated,
Am I a human?
How many were detonated?
Where's that article?
Join the page.
How many were dead?
Listen. Okay, I'm gonna. Can I go on a rant, Greater Aid?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I
It's your
complain?
show.
Can I complain a bit about the fact that
I
everybody's
didn't save this
complaining
article. It's gonna
how
take a minute to find it.
John.
everybody's bad, everybody's wrong, Watch is drama, Watch is just those bad streamers that are drama mongers, with one exception of DBZ.
So are we saying that
But
it's less
Yes.
you know, I'm not a drama
Go off
monger. Where's
theme,
the
as they say.
audience? Where's my audience, huh?
Agree on that?
I don't do drama. I guess people are just not as interested
even.
in
What I'm saying
non-drama
is that
content
if
as
it
they
appears
think,
to be
huh?
the case that they had
I mean, you've got a few
let's say,
people.
no conceivable
You've got a
Yeah,
few
but-
watchers.
knowing
Yeah, exactly. I got a
these
few
reasons were gonna end up,
watchers,
and I think
but
the fact that this
those
little girl was
horrible
holding
drama
the device
streamers
kinda
have
puts that a little bit when they detonated.
Present Sunday.
that's kind of a
I don't know.
problem, because
Does
now
Present
this
Sunday
whole-
count as a
they-
drama
they-
streamer?
they-
Present Sunday has 301 viewers right now. Let's see. How many people does Loner Box have right now?
Would you consider selling out and doing
Wait,
drama?
Lucy is what DBZ should be, what he will be, I believe. Wait, what do you mean by that, Philip August? Can you elaborate on that? What do you mean I am what he should be and will be? Now I'm curious. And we're gonna check how many viewers Loner Box has. 437. What do you mean by that, Philip August? I trust you can elaborate on your point. Isn't that right, Greater Aid?
Yes.
Like how you are pro-Ukraine and super smart, but not a libcuck. Do you think DBZ is libcuck? He's getting closer. Oh. You know? Not anymore. Well, you know. Mid-transformation. Whoa. Where do you think this transformation has started? How far back would you trace the start of this transformation? Damn. Oh wait, we're looking for Kamala Harris. But am I not correct? Am I not correct? People say that they don't want, Oh, Oprah
People
Winfrey.
say they
But
don't want what?
drama, but they don't watch their own
Oh,
drama streamer.
yeah. I would say people tend to gravitate towards the drama. Yeah.
Listen, I think. Okay, I'm not gonna comment. Okay, what sphere am I part of? Greater Range, would you say?
I would definitely categorize your channel as political, lefty political.
Yeah, but am I part of a sphere of some bigger creator? You think?
You gravitate towards President Sunday, don't you?
I sort of, but we don't really do a lot of things together. And he ignored my DM.
Sure. I mean, Vosh kind of branched off of Destiny, and like he hasn't interacted with Destiny, but people say that he's, I guess, like the genealogy of the channel is related in
I
that way.
started streaming before I met President Sunday. Do you know what my trajectory of streaming has been? If anything,
I don't.
if anything, I'm an offshoot of Riley Grace Rochong, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because when I was...
So you started watching her as your first streamer, or?
Well, it's not that I started... I guess. I was a little blooming trans person.
Uh-huh.
Oh, do you know Riverboat Jack, by the way?
I don't.
I'm
I've
not sure
heard
if this
the
question was
name.
to me or to you.
Oh. Either way, I don't know Riverboat Jack very much at all. I've heard the name, but that's it.
I know of Riverboat Jack. We were supposed to talk, but the thing keeps not happening. But in any event, I was a blooming sort of beginner trans person, and I thought maybe I should join an online community. Joining an online community feels like a safe option sort of to explore transness, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I saw Riley Grace Rochong be a moderator in a debate. That must have been like in 2019 or something like that, something crazy like that. And she was very calm in that role, very collected, which is something that I sort of liked in a person. It sort of appealed to me, this sort of calm demeanor that was not shouty and aggressive,
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, okay, I guess this is the person whose community I'm sort of gonna join. So I joined the community, and during my tenure in the community, one of the mods there sort of asked me, hey, would you like me to maybe... A few mods, actually. A few people from there were like, would you like us or me to make you a Discord? Would you like a Discord of your own?
Oh, that's cool.
It was like, oh yeah, sure. And that's how the current Pond Giggle card was created.
Well, I'm glad that they made that offer. I enjoy your community.
Yeah, and then I started streaming. And when I started streaming, I didn't talk because I sort of just had a guy's voice.
Right, you hadn't started your speech therapy thing?
Yeah, I haven't started any training yet at that point. I had an ugly face, which I still have an ugly face, but it was even uglier then.
No, you don't, Lucy. You look nice.
It was even worse then. Because before HRT, I had very thin hair at the front, etc. It got better on HRT. You can see the early videos with my face reveal that you can still see that my hair was very thin at the front,
Right.
And after I was mute and faceless streamer, I used to play a game because then I mostly played games. You know, I didn't do any politics at all. Mostly, I almost didn't do any politics at all. Basically, I mostly did gaming stuff like that. I used to, and I streamed on Twitch primarily. Then I would.
I forget when I joined. I think I remember you still using that anime
That was later. So
avatar,
I would
but you
stream.
would speak.
I would stream a game for hours, like
Mm-hmm.
Valkyria Chronicles, and there would be only one person watching for hours. And I don't think I was even monetized in any way then. So I would like stream
Who was
for
the one person?
a person called Phoenix something. They were in the RGR community. So they
Okay.
would watch the game with me and comment on the game. And it was like basically like playing a game with someone watching, but at a distance. So those were my streams, streaming to a single person. Well, that happened today as well. So I guess back to tradition. So then I created an avatar. I became a VTuber, and I started speaking on stream. That was like my I still did mostly gaming at that point. I
Were
streamed a
you
lot
really
of
nervous to start speaking?
yes, yes. Started streaming Final Fantasy, and then my voice was different. I used to have a more falsetto voice, like this,
Right.
you know.
Yeah, I remember.
So I
Yeah.
have a more falsetto voice. Uh, so I mostly streamed Final Fantasy 14 at that point. Gaming still, because I wasn't very confident, because it might be a surprise to learn that my self-esteem is pretty low,
Right.
and I didn't really feel confident in doing anything history, anything politics much. I guess I did some
I mean,
politics,
I
LGBT
think
related, but yeah.
a lot of us in this community, I get the impression anyway, we struggle with confidence. I know I do. I was like kind of terrified to do this call, but
Oh.
I did it.
Wow.
I think that you are kind of inspiring in a way because you have pushed those barriers for yourself.
Oh, well, that is nice to hear. Thank you. But then something happened that sort of pushed me to do history and more politic related content. And that is Putin's speech before the full-scale invasion. When he, in his speech, said so many incorrect historical things that I thought to myself, oh no, no. Oh, even I feel qualified enough to debunk those, So maybe I should be talking more about history. Oh gosh. Oh no.
Yeah, every now and then I'll see someone making a rant on something that I feel like I could really take them down on it, but then I let it go.
Right.
I relax.
Yeah. It was at that time when Philippe August's second favorite streamer after me decided to stop his debate show and go to Poland and then Ukraine, become a war journalist.
Who was that?
Dylan Burns.
Oh, yes. Yeah, that's important work. I'm glad that he decided to do it.
Indeed, it is pretty important work.
And I think I heard he told one story that him and like a translator or something or a camera guy, they had fallen asleep in a van, and when they woke up, someone had put like mines all around the van or something.
The mines were already there. They just drove into a minefield.
Oh gosh, that sounds terrifying.
Well,
I mean, it's kind of what you sign up for when you're doing like war journalism, I
Uh,
suppose. But you know,
it is what you signed up for because apparently the person that drove him into that minefield was Polish. So it is what you sign up for when you deal with Polish people. I would say more.
Polish people like to drive into minefields.
Yeah, yeah. What are
Oh
crazy
my
things?
goodness.
We're just crazy like that. You see, you know, we're crazy
Yeah.
people.
That's funny.
Yeah. But you know, and then I became like the VTuber. I did the VTubing, like doing history, and then I changed. I actually had one conversation with Dylan Burns on stream. Briefly met, uh, but when I started transitioning from my falsetto voice to not falsetto voice, I had a conversation with Dylan Burns about Polish-Ukrainian relation.
Hmm.
The VOD
Would
is
you consider
still,
talking to him more if you were able to?
you know, I think he's pretty busy
Right.
with important things.
He has a lot going on, yeah.
Yes. And then I decided to throw in the air like this impossible. Listen, it still feels impossible for me to achieve on my own without being rated. So I think I was fair in my assessment. I was like, you know what? If I have 50 viewers watching my stream, I think I threw out 50. I might have thrown out even more. 50 or 100 even. I don't know. I think it was 50. I was like, if 50 people watch me on stream, I'm gonna do a face review, you know?
Hmm.
And then I got rated, I think by President Sunday. It was 50 or more
They
people
pushed your
watching.
hand.
Yes, I was like, oh no. I haven't actually considered that happening. I guess I have to show my face now, and I did.
Hmm. Yeah, I would be pretty nervous.
Yeah, it was a pretty nervous moment. Yeah.
Are you glad though, in the end?
Yes, it did lead to a few interesting developments in my life. So yeah,
Well, that's good.
it did lead to uh meeting new people.
Right.
Were more interested in meeting me after they knew how I looked like.
So, does that mean perhaps that you're not as ugly as you say you are?
Oh no, I'm
As
still
you
ugly.
feel?
Yeah,
No.
I'm still ugly.
Oh my
I
goodness.
apologize. Although it
I
feels
will
weird to
convince
say
you one day.
because it feels weird to say because I'm pretty. I have some facial features that are similar to my mother's.
Hmm.
So I guess
And it like
uh
helps with the
that
dysphoric
that
feelings or
is
something, or
I'm not sure. Sometimes when I look at my mom's photo when she was quite young, I think to myself, it's hard for me to say if I look girlish or if she looks manly-ish.
oh,
Because I can see a lot of my features in her,
right.
you
I
know?
mean, there's so much variety in how people look that I really do think it's a blurry line between masculine and feminine. Even people who traditionally present one way, or even like how they were born, I think it can still be blurry sometimes.
Yeah, and then there's this, my mom even makes this joke. Yeah, you're ugly. You're ugly because you look like me, and I'm ugly.
Yeah. People say I look almost like my mom's twin.
Polish people went through hell. I don't blame them for being bitter to everyone. Yeah, true. We are bitter people. Polish people are mostly known about for being very complaining about everything.
I've gotten the impression, I guess from you, I suppose, that people are very standoffish in your city, or like kind of
Oh,
hostile
you
to
think
interaction or
You
something.
think I'm standoffish?
No, 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 no. From like how you say other people are.
Oh,
like in transit, for example, or just walking around. I don't know.
Oh, it's my mom is Dutch. Oh wow, she went through World War II. Why isn't anybody joining the page, the side page? That's not fair. It's outrageous. It's not fair. Isn't that right?
Rage.
You know what this is like a reference to, right? You're a big Star Wars fan.
I'm not super biblical with my Star Wars knowledge.
Okay, so there's this scene, this infamous scene in the prequel trilogy where like this Jedi Council tells to Anakin Side.
Oh, is it where he gets rejected for being on the
he's like-
council?
yeah.
It's not
You're on
fair.
this council, but you do not grant you the rank of master.
Mhm.
What? This is outrageous. It's not fair. And that's why I quote it so much.
Right.
There's this AI parody.
Roast Yoda's speech pattern circle.
Of Anakin. That just got weird. You ruined it, Anakin. Sit your ass down.
Those are fun.
These are fun. I like watching them. It's better than partaking in the dramas of.
It
I don't know,
is. I
whatever the-
agree. It's
whatever.
better than the random dramas.
Speaking of random dramas, I wonder if President Sunday's still talking to Lonerbox.
It's. I don't know if that's
Are they still talking?
because when I looked here, not X, Y, or Z.
Occupies the West Bank and Gaza. I mean, I don't get to talk to you that often anymore.
Oh.
No, you didn't have your fill in Hippy Dippy.
Oh God, that fucking what's his face?
Which
Perfect
one?
Union.
The
Perfect Union.
homeless
That
guy?
Crazy fuck. Yeah. How right wing is Canada right now?
I try not to think about it. Less than America right now.
It's good
Yeah.
enough. It's weird how it like lowers the bar, you know? Like
The
as much as I
Polish
hate
far right is bad. I'm just gonna say that, okay? Very bad. But it's very fascistic, you know? You're still here, right? Hello? Oh. Did you disappear? Damn. We've lost Crater, right? Whew. Have you ever watched the people who make fun of games by role playing? No. If I get a prepaid card next time, I'll donate. Well, thank you very much. But if you're gonna donate, do it through the page. So try. Yes. That's right. Yes. That's right. Through here. Perfect. You're now on the White Forest page. Wait, hold on. Did I? What is this? That's interesting. That looks. I'm gonna turn this off. It worked. Perfect.
conservative politicians in the UK. When I watched like Rishi Sunak fucking conceding defeat before the line had even been crossed, I was like, oh, that's refreshing.
As a very, very progressive person surrounded by very many rainbow folks, my general appreciation for Canada is at least it's not X, Y, or Z.
What?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, listen, I don't hate you.
I don't hate you either.
If we want
Stop.
to talk about any other nonsense, we can.
Stop. Stop being padding for country that's killed
Genocide.
40,000. Let's just. I'm happy to leave it at thousands of kids. Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
Cheerio.
Talk to you another time. Bye bye.
All right, let's finish this fucking thing.
Subsection. It is prohibited to use booby traps or other devices in the form of apparently harmless portable objects,
Damn.
which are specifically designed and constructed
All
to
right.
Why would they
explosive material.
add a part to say it's prohibited
Perfect.
to use weapons with
Perfect, perfect. Isn't that perfect? 11,000 viewers. Bridge mended? I don't know. Maybe. I mean, I never had a beef with Lonerbox. You will notice. I've debated Lonerbox like twice, and we never. I've actually been raided a few times by Lonerbox.
Hey,
Wait, who is cute? Lonerbox? Lonerbox is cute? Wait, who is cute? You said eh. So who is cute? Did anyone enjoy the call? Wait, it's over? The call is over? I didn't think it was over. Or it was ongoing or something. Wait, so should I...